Miracle food. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's vegan, gluten-free, 100% natural, fresh from nature, organic. Get your miracle food today. Get your miracle food today. Miracle food, suitable for all ages. It's the perfect Lantern reboot.
Yeah. About to get it in. You already know. And welcome everybody. Normally, I have me some music playing or some things going on, right? You know what I mean? But I always make sure that I come prepared. And so today, let me send. So I'm about to do a live with Dwayne McClain, and I'm making sure that I'm early and not late. Thank you, Nathan Holmes, for your purchase of Miracle Food. I appreciate that. I am forwarding your order to my warehouse right now. So we about to get it in. I see some people that was in here. How are you? Yes, what's going on? Boom, what's going on? Miss Jelly, what's going on? Evans, Corcher, what's going on? Shalane, what's going on? Maxwell, Latasha, Radio Rahim, everybody. And so, Sylvia, the screenwriter, great job on Conspiracy Castle. Oh, thank you. You see how? But do you guys see the game? I'm playing the game in open court so you guys can see. But do you see the game? Can anybody, with these interviews that I'm doing with, because if I'm a high sorcerer and I teach and I'm a natural holistic healer and I'm a spiritual being and I live on high vibrations, right? Then I'm going to attract these type of things and the people who are against these type of things as well, right? But for the most part, you're going to attract these type of things, but you're going to be let behind the veil, and you are going to be able to be put into a position to present your case to the people. So I've been put into a position to present my case of magic and high sorcery to the people, just like the fraternities and the secret societies and the fraternal orders and all of the other places, just how they've been able to market their magic to you guys, because they market their magic to you guys. When you see McDonald's, that's marketing. McDonald's, when you see the movies and Netflix, all that's marketing, and all that's controlled by fraternal orders and secret societies, and all fraternal orders and secret societies are founded on sorcery, magic, witchcraft, the heebie-jeebies, the hocus pocus, and the religious, and then all of the different magical cults and sects. For you, those who are Christians, like, well, I don't believe in that magic. Well, if you're a Christian, you are a magician, because Christianity is the biggest magic cult on the face of the planet, right? And if you guys, and if you go see what, like I was telling Alex Stein and his channel last night, if you read the Bible, if you believe in the Quran, if you believe in the Bhagavad Gita, if you believe in any kind of spiritual thought form, you are an occultist. Peace, doctor. What do you think is the quickest way to get rid of poison ivy on the face? This right here. All praise be to the most honorable, noble, justice, immortal Dr. Sabi the Great. Nigga, this should get out anything. It's going, if it's up, man, this should get out anything. Bro. Always have this on deck, though. Always have it on deck. Don't wait till you got to order, man. Have this on deck. This should get rid of stretch marks. This should get rid of rashes. This should get any skin, anything. any skin, anything, holler at Dr. Sabi. Dr. Sabi killing me in the skin game. Dr. Sabi is dead and killing me in the skin game. Dr. Sabi is dead, killing me in the skin game. All right. Yeah. That's what I recommend. All praise be to the noble, honorable, just immortal Dr. Sabi the Great. And let me burn my incense. Y'all go copy y'all some incense. Man, y'all go to my website and sign up to the newsletter. I be giving out free magic. And the free magic that I be giving out, I be giving it out through the email, through my Positive Word newsletter. And so you guys can participate into the free magic by just getting a positive word in your email. So go to my website, sign up for, the website is at the bottom on the screen, going on below. Sign up for the Positive Word newsletter, and you will receive that and much more in the email as the brand progresses further. You are going to be receiving emails of our brand progression. And so you definitely want to sign up for the email list. You definitely want to receive those Bible positive affirmations, and you definitely want to receive your free readings in your email via my magical readings. And so copy some incense, do all that good stuff. Aromatherapy has always been and will always be good for the body, right? For the body, the mind, and the spirit and soul, and all of the things that make a person whole. And so how everybody been doing out there, man? I got mine today. Gratitude, King. Oh yeah, man. Hey, listen, that email magic. See, I told you, my game is computer magic. That email magic, man. I be giving y'all that magic in the email, and that shit be imprinting the algorithms. Like, y'all don't understand those emails. Like, every single one of y'all that say, yeah, I want a free reading. Yeah, I want a free reading. That lets the algorithm know that the world is ready to be let known the truth, because these algorithms are algorithms of sorcery, magic, and truth. Okay? I'm doing a lot better about to use the sigils you sent me. Yeah, man. Look, and so I keep on telling everybody. Another thing, when y'all receiving these emails in the email, you guys do not have to perform these rituals that I'm sending you. I'm giving you these things as a receipt to show you what's about to manifest in your life, because when you practice high sorcery, you are the ritual. It's no longer you drawing pentagrams and doing all of this other fancy stuff. No, you become the actual ritual. And anything that you crack open is equivalent in high sorcery as if you've done it yourself. If you crack it open and reading it, right, and envisioning it, it's like you've done it yourself. But with this game, when you say yes and you received your magic reading, it's going to manifest in your life. So you don't really have to do the rituals. So that's a real good thing I have to let you guys know. When you guys receive those magics in the email from me, those magic spells are already activated. Those properties in those spells are already activated. All you gotta do is make sure that you read it for a receipt, so you can know what's going on and what's happening in your life. So that you can know what's going on and happening in your life, you're gonna have to need a receipt, and that's your and those are basically your receipts, because once you accepted the magic, once I had to put the incense away. I had to put the incense in the holder, and so once you accept the magic, those properties have already kicked in. Those magical things have already taken to effect and taken to place. So understand that while you on your other shit. You feel me? So we about to get this shit started in a minute. And yeah, man. We're gonna get it popping. And we're gonna make sure that we keep it popping. Get it popping and keep it popping. We ain't stopping. Like a cutoff stock, and I ain't even got no waves. That's how the game gonna go. That's how the game gonna get played. Right? And so in the end, when it's all said and done, man, without any further ado, we about to get the game popping with your boy Dwayne McClain. He has dropped in, and we about to get it started, man. What's good? Dwayne McClain TV, man. What's good? What's good? What's good, brother?
What's going on, Doc?
Brother?
How's it going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, how's everything going? And man, what my Big Jew T-shirt, bro? I got. Listen, I could get right now. I can get on here and wear my Viral News hip hop gear. I can wear my brand Nubian, you know what I mean, Godcast gear. You know, I'm waiting on my Big Jew T-shirt so that I can put my Big Jew T-shirt on live. I could look. I could have used that shirt when I was on the Alex Stein show last night. Alex Stein, you know. You Jew, so I could have my Big Jew, huh?
Who Alex Stein?
Alex Stein, that's the conspiracy. He's with, I don't know if you ever heard of Sam Tripoli, Alex Stein, Owen Hunt. Those are the guys. Those are the white guys that be in the conspiracy theory realm. You know, they're like below. They're right below the Alex Jones.
Hey, Doc, you ain't down with them boys, did you? You be getting plugged into a lot of places.
Oh no, money. Like I told you before, the game. The game is magic and sorcery. So, and the game is being played out live, on YouTube, and you see through the interview, you see the contrast. I that's why I post them. I post the videos, and to let the people see the contrast between magicians and see what he's concerned about and what he's revealing versus what my magic is revealing. Because it was strictly about money magic. It was strictly about sorcery, money magic. It was strictly about, the esoteric principles. Like, you know what I mean? And I keep telling you guys that this shit is alive and well. And the people who know about it the most are Caucasian people. Mm-hmm. So when they meet a black magician, when they meet a black high sorcerer, it behooves them sometimes. It makes them say, wow, a black guy really knows more than what I know about this magic shit. Let me get, and they get down in the trenches and they come and learn, right? And you see it on the screen. He says it in the beginning. He said, "Man, my whole life I dreamed of being a black man." He says it. He says it on the thing.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, man. So, he says it in joking, but everybody tells the truth in jest, man. Baby Chain Gang. I see it. Look,
I've been working on logos, and I got some new ones, man. And I'm gonna send you some logos because I'm working on all my shirts. I'm taking time out tonight, and the Big Jew, it just looked too plain. So I'm gonna work on some and send you some tonight. Some.
That's what you need. Ones. That plain Jane, that JU. Look at that big. The big gonna be small, and the JU gonna be big. Big Jew. You feel me?
The JU gonna be small.
No. The big gonna be small. So they're gonna have big right here, like big BIG small, right? But the Jew gonna be big. JU, like big on the t-shirt, plain Jane, all black, different colors, and spit that joint out, man, because it represents a frequency. It represents, what you're representing, and it carries a frequency. So it's definitely gonna but no, you guys are gonna see me, man. Like the other lady. The other lady that was on here, she was a Christian, right? And I showed you how me coming from a witchcraft background can get on the TV, right? And stick to my ground, stick to my belief system, and we have a actual verbal, intellectual conversation about the contrasts and differences and where they come from, and it don't have to be no beef. Because when it's all said and done, when you're getting money, you ain't really worried about all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And now where does the belief that witchcraft is, when people talk witchcraft, first thing that comes up is Satanism and satanic. Is witchcraft satanic? That's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Because I put it when I showed on my channel, I was like, is chakras, people say opening your chakra satanic. People say meditation is satanic. People say open your third eye is satanic. But what people really say the most satanic is witchcraft. So how do you break that satanic and is it? Also what does satanic means?
All right. So when you're talking about satanic, you're talking about an adversarial position, and a position in opposite of someone. So for instance, when I'm sitting across a chess right now, if we were sitting across a chessboard from one another, we would be in satanic positions, because a satanic means adversary. Satanic means Satan means opponent, right? So all of these things that are basically put in front of you, we put these characters to them. We say Satan is a person and it's a deity that makes you do certain things, when in actuality, you know, you talking about the old classic being Set, or you know, an older name. But when you're talking about Satan, Satan, number one, is a Jewish word. All right, a Hebrew word. That Hebrew word carries a frequency of a people. Okay, and so Hebrew, when you look at the word Satan or Satan or Shatan, right? You see that it's a common noun that means opponent, a common noun that means adversary. So it's the equivalent of a nigga in a rap song today saying, yeah, the ops, you know, I ran down on the ops, right? And they got plenty of illustrations in literature that shows you that there are different demons, angels, dragons, and jinns who are guardians and chiefs of the Satans, meaning adversaries, opponents, okay? So by law, if you practice healthy practices, you are automatically in a satanic position to a person that practices unhealthy practices, right? Why? Because that unhealthy practice is the opposite of your healthy practice, which makes it a satanic position. So every single day, if there is something out there that you are against, you are the Satan to that thing that you are against. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at how we've glamorized Satan to be this entity, right? We miss what the actual word truly, truly means. And this is why we are so afraid of it, because we don't even really, really know how to use it, because we're misusing it when we give it or ascribe it to an actual person, to that is, you know, like as a proper noun. You know, Satan means, like Dwayne McClain is a proper noun, right? When we give Satan a proper noun, we misuse the word because it's a common noun. It is a regular noun. So a regular noun can't be a proper noun. So we're just misusing the word. And I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that I'm here to reintroduce the word, because I am the Satan against all enemies, human traffickers, pedophiles, rapists, racists, Satanists, and necrophiliacs.
Satanists. That's the difference. So you got the satanic and Satanist is something totally different. What's the difference?
Two entirely totally different. Satanist or Satanism, right, is an actual religion, like Christianity. The church, they actually have a church. It's called the Church of Satan, the church of the adversarial position, the church of the adversary, the church of the opposer. That's what Satan means. Satan means the opposer. So they actually got a church. So that's why they mean Antichrist. Remember, Christ means the light, the way, the truth, right? Honor, and all of those good things that makes us godly. Satan is the so-called adversarial position to Christ. This is why this Church of Satan is called the Antichrist, right? They are against Christ's principles and Christ's directives. Me, as an ordained minister and leader of my own church, the specific mission statement in my church is to implement the Christ directives. The Christ directives, how Christ walked, how Christ talked, how he handled his business, how he dealt with adversaries, how he dealt with the people, how he dealt with everything, right? And you take those directives and apply those to your life, and now we're doing what would Jesus do. But when you're talking about Satanism and Satanists, right, you are talking about a religion. And there are people, and that's that sacrifice baby, killer version, cut the chicken head off type shit over there, right? Or the get ran in the rainbow booty boy gang, right. And remember, Freemasons. When you say Freemason or Mason, you're talking about the heritage of the mother. Why? Look at the first word: ma, mother, son, my son. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about a whole bunch of boys who are trying to copy off their mama. All right, Masons. All right. So when you see these things within Satanism, Freemasonry, and all of these things, you have to know that one is a religion while the other is a common noun. And all of us, no matter who you are, you will be that common noun to someone at all times in your life. If you are a person that represents no rape, you are the Satan to rapists. If you are a person that represents healthy eating, you are the Satan to people who promotes meat eating and junk food eating and Coca-Cola. You are the Satan to the Coca-Cola company,
Mm-hmm.
right? You are Coca-Cola company sees you as Satan, right? A pedophile will see a person that wants all pedophiles dead as Satan. Like, oh, he's Satan. They want to kill us for loving children,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're the enemy or the opposer to that, and that's what the satanic position means, Satan. And remember, that comes from the old Egyptian god Set. Sa represented Set, right? And it morphed and it grew into, it morphed and it grew into Saturn and this and that and the third, and finally ended up into Satan.
So Saturn's not before Set? It's Set, then Saturn? I thought Saturn.
It's Set. Remember, so Set, we always start with the oldest term. So the oldest term, you're talking about Set. And we remember, back then, we didn't have vowels, A-E-I-O-U. It was just S-T, Set, right? Or Kemet was K-M-T, Kemet, right? So we didn't even have vowel pronunciation. But when you're talking about the oldest term for what we like to call Yahweh or Yah-the-Baal, or that energy that we like to personify as Satan, you're talking about Set. Now, who is Set? Set is the ancient Egyptian god who introduced murder by killing a god. He killed the son of Ra, which was Osiris or Asar, right? And that's where the Cain and Abel story is borrowed from and plagiarized from. That brother killed brother, that is from the Set killing Osiris story, okay? So the oldest term for the story is not Satan. The oldest term for the story is Set, right? Then the story began to get passed around to different cults and different cultures, and those different cults and cultures personified it to their liking and to their cult and to their culture, right? So it grew from Set to now we're going to Saturn. Then we go, because remember, there was one time there was the big planet worship, right? Everybody, Jupiter was a god. Remember they had the Greek gods or the Roman gods. They Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, these were all gods. Remember that. They were all worshipped as gods. The planets were all worshipped as gods, right? So Set grew into Saturn. Saturn got demoted into what? Satan. Okay? So when you're talking about the Satan, you're actually talking about a common noun that means enemy. All right? When you're talking about Satanism, you're talking about people who are in a religion, like a Catholic or a Baptist, and they practice ritual, they pay dues, they pay tithes, offer, and they praise and they worship a being, right? And that being is Saturn. That being is Set, the temple of Set. If you want to know the oldest name for it, outside of the death cult of Yahweh, before it was called the death cult of Yahweh, it was called the temple of Set. He is the god of murder. This is why they got to kill people and do all kind of murder and sacrifices to appease the god, because he is the god that introduced murder into the pantheon of Africa.
I got another question. All right, so people say that Jesus is decoded, if you break it all the way down, decodes to the same entity as Satan. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So if Jesus means positivity, but also decodes Satan.
No, Christ means positivity.
Christ means positivity.
Christ. Y'all think Jesus was his first name and Christ was his last name, and Christ is not a name. Christ, once again, is a common noun. Okay? So that's like saying Dwayne 18-wheeler truck.
Oh.
Your name can't be your last name can't be 18-wheeler truck. It's a common noun, right? So when you look at the term Jesus, before it was Jesus, remember, so the letter J is a new letter in the Roman alphabet. Remember, the Roman alphabet is heavily borrowed and plagiarized from Greek, and the Greek borrowed and plagiarized from Egypt, all right? So when you look at the Roman alphabet, it was 25 letters. That's why that 25 is so important in Freemasonry. Right, it was 25 letters. 2 + 5 is 7. God made there are 7 days. All of these type of sevens, right? 7 chakras, so on and so forth. So the 26th letter got introduced about 450 to 500 years ago, and that letter was what you call the J. It is just an elongated I. It is the plagiarism of the elongated I. So the actual term before the J got introduced was I-E-S-U-S, Iesus. Right? This is what the Greeks called it, Iesus. All right, and right, and they're getting that what from Zeus, right? But where did Zeus come from? Zeus came from, once again, a borrowed, plagiarized version from what's in Africa. And now you're talking about that god Ra. Okay, so Zeus is a borrowed version of the god Ra. We have to understand that these are borrowed plagiarisms. So to give these things personifications as if these Greek terms and these Roman terms for them were actually substantive, meaning to say that to say the Hebrew word Satan and actually apply that word to an actual being is misusing the word, and you're ignorant. A person that really practices magic know you're going to be ignorant, and they already know you don't know too much. Why? Because you think Satan is an actual being and not a consciousness and the frequency that we all can be. When you say Jesus Christ, we know you under the spell. Why? Because you think Jesus was an actual man that actually existed and not a plagiarized version of an older civilization that existed, right? Look at think about all the people who actually think Jesus was an actual, real, physical being
funny,
that
man.
walked 3,000, 4,000 years ago.
That shit
right?
funny. They think he gonna come back. That shit funny, man. I be laughing.
Right. And not realizing that you are referring to a consciousness that we all can be as one. Christ is a consciousness. This is why in yoga they have a chakra called the Christ consciousness chakra. Literally, your crown chakra is nicknamed the Christ chakra. So Christ is a consciousness. It's spliced from the ancient Egyptian Kemetic word Krst, Christ. It means one who is endowed and anointed. It means one who has kingship, a queenship, and rulership. Okay, so when you're talking about Christ, you're just saying a title that is attached to Jesus, that was attached to Jesus, or the plagiarized Iesus, which was plagiarized all the way. So just think about it; it's all plagiarisms. So this is what I was telling. This is what I was telling Alex Stein on the thing, bro. You can't refer to this as real beings and real shit when it's actual plagiarisms.
Mm-hmm.
It's plagiarized. You can't personify something that has been stolen. That's like me saying that's like me coming out with Big Jew t-shirts and I got the big and my Jew saying JEW. Think about it.
Yeah.
And my shit say JEW with Big Jew on it. Same like yours, but mine just say JEW and not JU. Mm-hmm. Right? And I said, come get your Big Jew t-shirt. Chakra Dot, they got them Big Jew t-shirts. That's called plagiarism.
Plagiarism, yep.
So if you are talking about the story of Christ, you got to talk about the earliest story of Christ. And the earliest story of Christ do not begin with the Bible. The earliest story of Christ begin with ancient Kemet, a.k.a. Africa, Egypt, Hotep, Smotep, all that shit right there. Hotep literally means, ready? Hotep means the God in you recognizes the God in me, or the God in me recognizes the God in you. Now, wait a minute. The Bible borrowed that and turned it into greater is he that lives in me than he that lives in the world. You see how that went?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So where does the connection with Jesus and Satan come in at? How are they the same entity?
Okay, so when you look up, right, when you look up the word Jesus, you see that it is a plagiarism. Mm-hmm. This plagiarism is basically getting you to buy into a character that is not real. That in itself is satanic in nature. The devil came to do what? Lie. Steal, kill, destroy. So the people that's doing the most killing, the people that's doing the most lying, the people that's doing the most stealing, and the people that doing the most destroying, they are what one might consider the devils, the evil.
Hey, Doc, you said destroy. A thought came in my head. Missionaries back in the day would go to tribes who are living in peace, and they will fuck with them to get them believing something. And then as soon as they start believing in Jesus, fucked up shit happened to the tribe. Destroyed a lot of shit. Like those tribes living in these woods for thousands of years. These missionaries came, gave them Jesus, and colonized them, and then they got fucked up.
Yep.
That's when you said.
And like, for instance, like the Haitians. I say you want everybody. Well, why Haiti got it so bad? Because Haiti practice ancestral magic, but then they'll still turn and worship and worship this new age plagiarism of the ancestral magic called Jesus. right? You wonder why Africa got it so bad. Look how bad Africa got it. Africa praises a white God. Remember, Jesus is a white God. You can't get around that fact. I don't give a fuck. Look, the only thing you can do is go in your church and make him black and put him on your wall. Make Jesus black again. All right? So the reason why I say satanic, number one, all right? When you analyze the word, there we go. Boom. Middle English from Latin, Iesus. From Greek, Iesus, right? From Hebrew, Yeshua. When you're talking about Yeshua, you are talking about Yahweh. When you're talking about Yahweh, you are talking about Satan, the proverbial embodiment of the being you like to call Satan. Mm-hmm. That is an adversary to man. He is in opposition to man. This is why you think through the whole Bible, he kills. He kills the most. Nobody kills in the Bible more than Yahweh. He's stolen the most. Nobody has stolen more in the Bible than Yahweh. Right? He's destroyed the most. That nigga destroyed the whole earth, flooded the whole shit. Nobody has destroyed more in the Bible than Yahweh.
So when you saying Yahweh, is Jesus and Yahweh the same, or Yahweh's God?
All right. They say Yahweh is God and Jesus is the Son, when in actuality they're the same word augmented. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeshua and Yahweh are the same root. You can't get around that. When you say Yeshua, Yahweh, Yahweh, Jah, or any one of these root derivatives, you are talking about Yahweh. Yah. Right? Now, when you're talking about that, automatically you are talking about what? The death cult. That's a death cult. The death cult of the magical cult called Yahweh. All right? And when you're talking about this shit, Jesus as his son, not remember they got two. You gotta separate the story between Jesus' story and actually what Christ was saying, right? Because we'll get confused. That's why you gotta read and study this shit. So when you're talking about Jesus, you're talking about another version of Yahweh, which is the actual proverbial devil, the actual proverbial Satan, who kills, steals, and destroys the most in the Bible. Nobody is still killed and destroyed more in the Bible than the actual God of the Bible. And it shows you in the Bible how he's a lesser God in the book of Deuteronomy when the Most High God, Elion, or the Most High God, El, was giving portions to the lesser gods and gave Yahweh to Jacob his portion, right? And so we have to realize that the Bible itself already admits that he is a lesser God and shows you that you are a God. Mm-hmm. And so for us to be saying, oh, all praises be to Yahweh, that's God. No, now if you're talking about all praises be to the source of God, now we're talking something different. But when you're talking about God, you're talking about your damn self.
Explain that. Source of God.
Source of God. Remember, so
the source of God, then when we talking about God, what is it?
When you're talking about God, you're talking about the light. Anything that is able to live a life of light. You're talking about the actual somethingness, the actual Big Bang, the stars, the physical matter, the etheric matter like spirit, chi, life force, breath, kundalini, all of that's the light. Soul, you talking about spirit, soul, that's God, the light. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the light, right? So in the beginning, God said, let there be light. Okay? So when you're talking about God, you're talking about the light. But we know that all light comes from what? Darkness, nothingness, blackness. Now you're talking about source of light. Now, when you're talking about source of light, you're not talking about a God. A God is a production, is a manifestation from source. Source is the source of the manifestation. Source no need manifestation. Manifestation needs source. Okay. All right. So now when you're talking about God, you're talking about anything that is able to create and be created. God, creation, anything that is able to be expressed in creation be created God. When you're talking about source of God, you're talking about the actual substance that God actually is that makes him or her God. The source of God. Remember, so there's this body, but then there's the source of this body. I control this body at this level, but who ultimately controls this body? Mother Earth. If she want her shit back, she be like, bro, you been in my body too long. Give me my shit.
Because we are renting these motherfuckers.
We are renting these spacesuits for a time being. And if the grandmother Earth be like, man, I want my shit back. Like I was just telling him, bro, we live on stars and we incarnate on planets for temporary time beings to learn spiritual lessons. Always remember that. The true home where you live at is in the star. People don't think that we can't. Bro, inside of the stars, on the star, we literally live in stars. We are our beings, our essences. Everything that we are is stardust, star matter, starlight, star bright. Won't you be my star tonight? On some shit. This is why everybody's so infatuated with the stars, dancing with the stars, Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it. You get rate this app 5 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, whatever star, a 4-star hotel, 5-star hotel. Everything is revolving around the stars because in actuality, our true home is the stars. We literally, our highest essence of ourselves is not material matter. Our highest essence of ourselves is solar particle, quantum, right? When you're talking about that, you're talking about star, electric, magnetic, the shit that can't really be put into form until you condense it and slow it down and make it into a form, right? And we live in and on these stars. But sometimes being an immortal, infinite being that can't die, I can imagine that might get pretty boring sometimes. Hey, I can't die. I know all. I am connected to all. I can disappear. I can teleport. I can do all kinds of shit. And for a time being, that might be cool. But when you're infinite and you know not time, and time doesn't affect you, when you're immortal and time doesn't affect you, then you look at life from a whole nother perspective. And life can get pretty boring, knowing all, being all, just kicking it and just being. Hey, I know all and be all, but how will you grow? How will you keep advancing? How will you keep evolving? By just sitting there knowing all and be all? No, I gotta go and travel and be what I am not. Right? So when I go and be what I am not, well, the one thing I am not alive or dead. I am eternal and infinite. So let me go live a life of life and death so I can give me some experience from that. Now, let me go live. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go finish your statement.
Let me go live a life of temporary suffering so I can go live and experience and learn from that. Let me go be what I am not. Remember, I am that I am. That's God. I am that I am. The I am, the ever-present oneness, connected to all. I know all. I am all. When I come and live as a human being, I am not. I am not a human being. I am not a goddamn person. I am not a goddamn physical vessel. I am not emotions. I am not my mind. I am not my situations. I am not my fucking my status and my social statuses. None of these things. These are all the things that are attached to I am. But the truth of the matter is when I am decides to lower itself from the star, because the star is up here sitting up high. We're on a planet, right? We got to look up to see the stars, right? So we know that's as above. We know that's above. Because we got to look up to see the stars. We don't look straight. We don't look down. We don't look side. We don't look side. We look up to see the stars. So we can consider that the upper world, the upper room, the heavens. On earth, as it is in heaven, literally means that, hey, there's a representation of me right now up there. When you look up there and you look at those stars, don't just look at stars anymore. Know that one of those stars you see in the sky are a representation of who you are, because we are the stars.
Now, you know they say that saying, when somebody dies or somebody dies, stars born? Like,
well, remember, death is an illusion.
I mean, that's why that term kind of correlates.
Right.
really real, but I said like we all stars. Like
because the reason why every time somebody dies, a star is born, because death is a doorway that allows stars to travel through, to, and from the physical and metaphysical world. So if you want to know the doorway between the metaphysical world and the physical world, it's called death. So if you want to go and live and be, if you're an immortal being and you want to go live a physical life, you're going to have to travel through the doorway of death, and you're going to have to know what it's like to die as a star and incarnate as a being that don't even know it's a star, as a physical vessel. You live it, don't even know you're a goddamn star.
Doc, let me go grab my lighter real quick. I'll be right back.